Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode we are going to be doing some extended brake lines to suit our 3-inch lift. Now this has been a long time coming, a lot of requests for this one. Finally getting around to it, so take a seat and hope you guys enjoy the video. With us today we've got Mick again. He's going to be giving us a hand to do it, to make sure I don't destroy my brakes and write myself off again. He's going to be helping us with this one, so let's hook in and get it done. So you got this down pat. You want to chop? Alright, so first up, the first thing we're going to do is use a little pipe spanner just to undo the top nut, and then we're just going to flick that little clip out as well. So we'll do that. Excellent, so that's one, and we'll also undo that at the bottom as well. Yep.
That wouldn't be Bentley's mud by any chance, would it?
That's all Bentley's mud. So there's just a little, you'll just be able to follow the line to the next bolt. Again, you just need to take that out, as we are doing here. It was a 12mm. Make sure that you do retain those and put those on the new ones. Otherwise you could just replace them as well. But we're going to be using the original washers that came off the old brake line. Again, so just put those either side of the new brake line and then bolt that one straight back in. On part two, we're just going to, there will be a little groove that kind of fits into, and then we're going to slip that clip back over, just making sure that it is nice and flush. A quick tappy tap in. We're going to do finger tight as well, and we're just going to start the thread with our fingers if we can, tightening up there. Very good. That's one side done. Obviously we're going to do the other side the exact same. Everything just may be in a slightly different position, but it's the exact same. Under the top, pull the clip out and follow it down, take the bolt off and put the new one in. Same way, it goes straight back in. Let's do the other side. And we're going to cut that zip tie to cure Mix OCD.
Better.
The same thing here again. I think we've got a bit better lighting this side. We're just going to undo the top here.
Not much Bentley on this side, or?
Nah, not quite as much. I don't think my audience has ever seen Bentley. Same thing, so once that's off, ow, just remove that clip. There we are. That's the clip there. Remove that brake line, follow it down, and I believe it was a 12mm bolt. Oh yeah, no, maybe try the other way, you peanut. Be very careful. Oh no, it is the other way. Now you just tightened it. Ow, yep, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Keep that bolt, keep it clean. Make sure you get those little washers off. Now, it's easy to just assemble everything here and then just whack it in. Thread that back in, tighten that back up. That one goes back into the groove. Clip back in. Just make sure we tighten that line back up. Try and start it finger tight. Excellent. That's the front all done. We'll jump out the back and do the back. It's the same thing down here as well. Take them off at the top, work our way down to the bottom. So for the rear of the D22, it actually goes to the axle and splits from there to each brake. So there's only one cable required for the back, which is nice because it's less work for us. That's a genuine thank you for that one.
Thank you.
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
Yep, I got it. Alright, so that's a bit of a pain in the ass, that one, but it does come out. And lastly, these down the bottom. Boom, there's that one off. Where's the new one? Is that up top? And we're going to start by putting the top bolt in, just to secure it down. Alright, so that one's in, and it's literally now just a case of going through and popping these back in. A little bit hard to fit, but it's just like a real fiddly job, isn't it? Alright, we're nearly done. I say that with absolute optimism. Oh no, that's threading pretty nice, hey, finger tight.
Is it?
Oh yes. I swear that place has been the bane of my car's existence. But there's just nothing else to do in this town.
You can go at Les and be Mad Dog and get bogged out there.
Morganville got style. Alright, that's all done. Oh man, that's a 22-minute take. To bleed the brakes out, we're gonna have one person manning the brake pedal, one man manning the bleeding valve on each side. We're going to start with the rear, always start with the furthest away from the reservoir, That for us is the passenger rear. Then we'll go to the passenger, then we'll go to the driver's rear, up to the passenger front, and then to the driver front. Because that's in order from the furthest away to the closest away from the reservoir. And as we do, Mick will pump the brakes, I'll crack the valves, pump it a little bit more, until we start getting the air out of the system. I think I've explained that enough. I think that was correct. Yeah. So you'll find the bleeder valve just up top above the actual brake line itself. There'll be a little rubber cap, you just need to take that cap off. So to recap, you want 2 people doing this job so you can have 1 person in the cab pumping the brake pedal and 1 person at the valve opening and closing it. You want to pump the brake pedal until it's tight, and then you want to release the valve and it will spray out the air in the system. It'll spatter and spray it. You want to close the valve and repeat this process until there's no spatter and it just becomes a steady stream of brake fluid. Please keep in mind that you want to keep your head out of the splatter zone. Brake fluid is not supposed to go in your eye and it will spray out quite violently. Now, as mentioned, you want to go from the furthest wheel away from the reservoir and work your way closer, and we actually did repeat this process twice just to be sure that there was absolutely no air in the system, and I would recommend that you do the same. Excellent, so that is the first round done. And now one thing to take note of is that you should always continually top up the reservoir. Now, if you didn't know, this little reservoir up here, if it's going to go clear, yep, that there is the brake fluid reservoir. So make sure you keep topping that up as you bleed, because it will draw the fluid through the system and leave that empty. And if you start drawing air through the system, you just got to do it all over again. We're going to do that one more time. We're just going to go through backside, then work our way to the front again, just as we did. We won't do that one on camera, but we're just going to do one more time just for good measure. Alright, so that's everything done. One thing to keep in mind is that you should always keep the reservoir topped up. Now the reservoir is this little piece here. If you didn't know where it is, that's it there, in a D22 Navara. So we're going to go around and we're going to bleed each valve one more time, starting from the back, same way that we did it the first time. We're going to do that again just for good measure. And then that should be everything done. We'll chuck the tyres back on. She should be all good to go. And so that's everything done. The tyres have been put back on. It's good to drive. We are going to sit around and try and fix a bit of a steering issue. But that's the video done. This time we actually did go, and I didn't explain this, I got these brake lines from Superior Engineering. They are a braided brake line and they are suitable for a 3-inch lifted Navara. Again, the reason I've done this is because with 3 inches, I've maxed out the brake line that I have. And so on full flex, I don't want to be maxing out brake lines and damaging things. So the 3-inch brake line is going to just give me enough room that I can do all my suspension articulation without risking damaging my actual brake lines. I've also opted for a braided brake line as well, just to eliminate that kind of spongy feel and get a little bit more response out of the brakes as well. That makes sense?
Right, so with the braided lines, you're going to have a lot more hydraulic brake pressure that comes from your master cylinder. So with a braided brake line, it's not going to expand as much as say a rubber one, so it's going to give a better feel on your foot, and it's going to be better overall.
Also, big thanks to Mick for coming in again and giving us a hand again. We can't see you. Where are you? Hey! Big thanks to Mick for coming and helping again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget you can head to the website, get yourself a shirt, sticker, windscreen banner, whatever floats your goat. Head to the link in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.